Now, yesterday, Timothy Schofield, the younger brother of Phillip Schofield, was found guilty on 11 counts of sexually abusing a boy when he was under 16. Jurors also heard that in September 2021, the 54-year-old civilian police worker from Bath told his brother Phillip that he and the complainant had watched pornography. The ITV star host insists that his brother did not, on that or any other occasion, confess to any criminal behaviour, and that he was told the individual in question had reached the age of consent and that it involved no physical contact. The jury ruled that those claims by Timothy Schofield were false. Phillip, meanwhile, has taken a break from presenting this morning, while ITV announced he will return after the Easter holidays. Friends have raised concerns to the Daily Mail that he could quit TV entirely. And in a statement released on social media after his brother's conviction, Phillip said, "These are despicable crimes and I welcome the guilty verdicts. As far as I am concerned, I no longer have a brother." So he's clearly made the decision there to erase his brother from his life, Christine, perhaps for PR reasons. But how does that make you feel?
I find it makes me feel deeply uncomfortable. I think it's a very not nice thing to do. Your brother is your brother. And I think perhaps you kindly said for PR reasons, 100% for PR reasons. Would it really matter to the world if Phillip Schofield disappeared from our television screens? Probably not. The guilt, when the G-I-L-T, the guilt, not the G-U-I-L-T, really went off. The halo slipped with all this queue-jumping business that went on at the lying-in state of the Queen. So I think he's tarnished goods. But to me, that I no longer have a brother just smacks of, my goodness, I must distance myself from this because it's going to affect my career. I think it's a terrible thing to do. He is his brother. He's his flesh and blood. They come from the same parents. And to me, blood is thicker than water. And if you're not there for your family when they're in trouble, I would like to see Phillip Schofield and visit him in prison. Why not? He's his brother. It doesn't condone what he's done. It doesn't make him guilty by association. I think it's terribly sad that he's done that, and I'm afraid I suspect his motives.
No matter what my sister did, I don't have a brother, I only have a sister, and, she would never commit a crime, I'm sure, but I would never disown her, ever. Not in a million years, not to save my career, absolutely not.
It's horrible.
But Calvin, he clearly feels disgusted by his brother's actions and felt that publicly he had to take a stand.
It seems like a careerist, ambitious move to me. I'm very cynical of it. I think it was a terrible thing. Whatever my sister did, whatever my sister ever does, I will never write her off. She's my sister. I love her. And I would pray for her. I'd try to get the help that she needed. I'd support her through whatever horrible mistake she made. I can never imagine cutting her off like that. It tells me more about Phillip than it does about his brother, actually.
Precisely.
And you say that, the halo slipped for me long ago. There are many things about him we cannot discuss for legal reasons.
And of course, look, we condemn unequivocally the actions of his brother.
Of course.
Which are
it's evil.
Completely
the greatest
terrible
evil.
And revolting. But Rebecca Reed,
point.
who stands by criminals in moments like this, because, of course, at some point, this Timothy Schofield guy will leave prison and need support. It was very interesting. In his lowest moment, he did call Phillip. Phillip has now tried, even before the guilty verdict came in, to distance himself from his brother, say we were never close because there was a 7-year age gap. What do you make of this?
I agree with the others. I would never write off any member of my direct family, no matter what they did. And there's this weird thing, people will seem to understand more why you'd stick by a family member who is a murderer than a paedophile. Paedophile seems to be the real trump card for you have to get rid of them from your life. But I think you should be able to kind of, as you might put it, hate the sin, but love the sinner. And I think it's really, really sad. And also, I do believe in rehabilitation. I believe that people can change, people can be improved, people can be brought back to good society. And I think if you have no support system and you are reviled by everybody who loved you and grew up with you, then really there is no hope for redemption at all.
Well, yeah, and you would have thought, wouldn't you, Christine, that Phillip might have not any sympathy for his brother in terms of his criminal activity. Of course not. That must be condemned, and it was right to condemn it. But it's fascinating that here are two brothers, both in straight marriages, both grappling with the issue that they are secretly gay. you know, you would think Philip might have some degree of sympathy for that.
You would think that would give them some sort of bond, a particular bond over and above brotherly love. You absolutely would. But, I mean, you know, he that is without sin, let him cast the first stone. Phillip Schofield is not without sin, I think. I mean, he deceived his wife appallingly for years and years and years. I'm not saying...
It was weird, wasn't it, when he came out? Everyone was celebratory about it.
Oh, he was
having an affair is having an affair,
Absolutely
whoever
awful.
you're having an affair with.
Yes, although we do have to point out, Philip always said publicly that there was no other person involved. So while he was gay, he hadn't...
He can say what he likes.
Say what he likes
He can
in
say
public.
what he likes.
Just to clarify that point.